Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Find Ways to Win. I am your host, FitzgeraldStephens. Once again, we appreciate you guys tuning in. A very, very important thing. The first thing, I'd like to thank all the new subscribers that have subscribed to this channel, and I'd like to thank you for your support. I'd like to thank you for clicking the like button, clicking that subscription button. Thank you for your comments. I thank you for your activities. I just really appreciate you guys taking enough to support this channel and what we're to do here at Find Ways to Win. We believe we got a good product, and we're going to work to make it better, as far as to help enhance people's lives, improve people's lives, just to get them thinking in a way that that they can win at whatever they're trying to do. I believe there's always a way that you can find to win, whatever it is. I just think that you just got to search deep enough, get the right mentorship, get the right hustle, get the right inspiration, get around the right environment. So I believe the ideal is up there. I want to talk to you guys about something very critical. I think it's extraordinarily critical. The title of this stream is Fortune in the Follow-Up. Fortune in the Follow-Up. I want to start by reading a couple of statistics I have right here, and I got off of Google, off of sales statistics, follow-up statistics rather. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. And get this, 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. That's why I titled this "The Fortune is in the Follow Through." But now, when you are following up with someone, that is absolutely critical. People just don't make their mind up just for the majority right away. There is a thing in business called a one call close, but I assure you they're very, very rare. I've had very few in my career, and I have been involved in some form of sales darn near close to 27 years. So when I'm saying sales, people may say, okay, wait a minute, Fitzgerald. Anything, ma'am, sir, if you are in business, if you are working for a business, if you are thinking about a business, you better get very, very good and very, very comfortable with sales. Without sales, there is no business. Everyone sells. We just some of us just know it, and some of us just are determined to get knowledge about it. Now, how can we apply this to other areas of our lives? We talk a lot about goal setting here. Okay, if you run into opposition with a goal and you apply what I just said right here, 80% of sales are made at the 5th and 12th contact. Okay, in other words, if you're just going to try something a few times, more than likely you're probably not going to be successful. What I'm hearing when I read these statistics is talk about the power of perseverance, the power of persistence. You have got to become skilled and knowledgeable about follow-up techniques in order to push through and get the breakthrough necessary for your goal. In the world of sales, there's a three-prong stool. It's called prospecting, presenting, and following up. Prospecting, presenting, and following up. If you're gonna achieve a substantial amount of success or any area of success in any business or even in your life, you have got to learn how to transfer belief into revenue. That's the fancy way for saying sales. Nothing happens in the world of commerce without a sale. That's why the salespeople are generally the most highest paid in the organization. because they are the ones that bring the revenue. Ma'am, sir, if you have a cupcake business, if you have a bicycle repair or a computer business, without sales, you don't have a business. If you're looking to achieve a goal, which I assume a lot of you want to be business owners, or many of you are business owners right there, you have got to learn how to keep the sales flowing. Flowing. Sales is a process. It's a science. It's not haphazard. There is no such thing as a bad salesperson. There is either the trained or the untrained, the knowledgeable or the unknowledgeable. So if your livelihood, if your revenue, if your promotion, if your increase is predicated on sales, and sales is predicated upon follow-up, which is the fortune is in the follow-up, far as the fortune meaning revenue, far as for your pocket, revenue far as for the business that you represent, it's darn serious, and it's something that you really, really need to take a look at. For example, now if we translate this into maybe let's say a non-sales role. For those of you who said, "Well, I'm not a salesperson, Fitzgerald." Okay, I get it. Now let's just say if you want to, you have a goal that you want to be 30 pounds. That's significant. Okay. Months, okay, and you're so in order to achieve that, we have to first realize where we are. Okay, so if you're looking to decrease that rate by any amount, you have to look at where you are. Then you got to take the next necessary steps to get there. So think of that as your action plan. Think of that as implementing your plans. But I want you to look at this differently. We have talked before about 10-meter targets. Okay. So let's say maybe the first 2 weeks you lose 3 pounds. So now you got 47 to go. That is measurable results. Now, what's the follow through? We have to keep doing the things that are causing us to shape and develop our body in the way we want. So we don't sit up there and say, well, we lost 3 pounds. Or rather, I lost 3 pounds. I know my goal is 50 within 6 months. I'm going to stop doing the things that caused me to lose the 3 pounds. That is someone who is not following up. A person who is following up. Okay, I lost 3 pounds. I'm going to examine the activity, increase the activity that caused me to lose weight, and I'm going to do more of it. That's what I mean to follow up. Follow through. How long do you follow through? Until the goal is achieved. Now, is the goal achieved if you lose 47 pounds, 48? How about 49 and a half? No, your goal was 50. So you have to constantly keep following through and doing things different and pursuing that goal, which is all the follow through is, pursuing that goal until you achieve it. And so many people don't understand that. They're very, very good at starting, but they're horrible at continuing. And if you can't continue, you can't finish. So we have to learn what it is about us that will stop us from doing the necessary follow-up work in order to get the goal. Okay, many a times it's something as simple as that the goal is not very well defined. Another thing is could be that the goal is not written out. In other words, you don't have a written roadmap to show you exactly where you're going, and you don't have something that you can actually lock on with your eyes and focus on, like, this is where I'm going. And the final thing, you don't have time limits. You don't have time limit. A goal without time limits is not a goal at all. It's just a wish. It's just it's like having a nice Ferrari outside, but you don't have an engine in it. No, so it's not going to get you anywhere. Because you don't have time limits on it. How are you going to measure it? Okay, the fortune is in the follow up. Every great and winning individual, every great and winning company have massive follow-up processes. Many of you guys are familiar with the CRM Salesforce. I used to use that when I was in the business world, working for various employers. And they will require that. Salesforce is a system that tracks every single thing you do in activity, every single thing that you need to do to ensure that all information you know about that client is valuable, is pertinent. So much so is that you can actually be on vacation or away from your desk, or God forbid in the hospital, and another individual could come look at your notes. And they can pick right up because it show where you follow up, what happened, what transpired. That's a map. When you're supposed to contact this person again. Okay, when I used to work at my companies, two of them come to mind. I won't name them, but it was considered a major no-no if you didn't have your Salesforce log updated. Many of you guys know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it could be a fireable offense, because they need to know where you are. It's tracking data, and it lets you know where you are in the midst of dealing with the customer. Well, if you don't know how to follow up, whether you're buying stocks, whether you're buying cryptocurrency, whether you're building a network marketing business, whether you're doing any little thing that you want to do, or any major thing like you do what you want to do, if you don't have a way to follow up with your clients, your constituents, with your customers, with your team, you're not going to be successful. You see, because following up eliminates a lot of what you cycle. I talk to many customers at times, and they say, "Hey, Fitzgerald, I want to see you like maybe a week or now, or my plate's a little busy right now. I can break away for a month, and I can break away next month," and stuff like that. I would put that in my notes, or I would use something simple as my cell phone, put that in to call Julian Tuesday, 3 p.m., or visit him Tuesday, 3 p.m., whatever he said, and I wouldn't bother them until that time came. It was no such, I didn't believe in just stopping by. I don't believe in, if the customers tell you they want you there at this time, be professional enough to keep that time and show up right then. But when you do follow up, one of the things I want you to understand about following up, if you don't have something more to add, or you don't have something more to give value when you follow up with the customer the second time, it is a waste. More likely, you're not gonna get favorable results like you want. And so when you follow up, have something addition to add, have something more value to give that customer. If you're selling gym memberships, be able to throw something in to sweeten the game that you didn't talk about on the first meeting. Be able to give them more value than what they expect and stuff like that, because you are trying to close the deal. Remember, prospecting, presenting, and following up. Prospecting, presenting, and following up. Hey, how you doing there? How are you doing, Rose? Great, Fitzgerald. What can I help you with? Hey, you know what? I got something you really need to take a look at. I think it's going to be a benefit to you and your company, as well as the customers that you serve. How does Tuesday or Wednesday between 3 and 4 sign to you? Always give an option. Okay, they say Wednesday. But be there Tuesday, Wednesday at the time designated. Okay, you go in there and you first make the initial contact. Sometimes don't try to hit a home run out the park right away. You go make the initial contact. You probably are going in there to listen to the customer, and tell them how you feel that their products can get your product can meet a need and solve a problem that they have. And you tell them that, and you learn what problem they have by asking them, by asking questions and everything, and you shut up and listen. Okay, and so maybe they say, well, hey, I like what they're giving you positive feedback. I like what you're saying. I like where you're going and stuff like that. Okay, let me talk it over with my partner, and let's get back together. Whatever, you get a definitive date and a definitive time. If you don't have a date and don't have a time, they've already told you no, but they're just being polite with it. So you get that date, you get that time, and then you follow up with them. When you follow up, you're coming back the time that they said, and you're bringing some new materials or new benefit that you haven't discussed before during the first meeting. A lot of people miss that. They come back and return. They come back and talk about the same old thing. They're not bringing anything to value. A business owner or a client or a prospect, they're looking like, God, man, you called me. We already talked about this before. That's what's going through their mind. Why are we talking about this before? But and that would be the amateur, bring more things of value until you get that close. Well, Fitzgerald, it's only so much I can go. Well, you can bring yourself. You can bring the level of service that you're going to give. You can bring your reputation, your character. You can bring the fact that you're going to be an unpaid member of their payroll, and you can do all kinds of things. You have to set yourself apart. Whether you're starting a touring business, whether you're starting an internet business, whether you're starting a clothing line, whether you're starting a book line, whether you're starting a blog, what makes you different with your customers if you can't follow up, if you can't interact with them? There are times, and it's getting to be pretty frequent right now, because as I'm sitting here working with my YouTube channel, I'm going in, I'm looking at the comments, and I'm making sure I respond back to each and every single person that leaves a comment. I make sure that I go on my channel and type them something back, thanking them, offering, giving them praise. Why? Because I want to be connected with my subscribers. I don't want to be one of those content creators that they leave something and then they don't at least get a like from me, or they don't get any acknowledgement that I actually read it. I certainly wouldn't want to do that. By me sitting around there reading those comments and responding back to those comments, I am following up. I am trying to create. Now, as the channel grows and my goal to have well over a million subscribers within 5 years, I want to be at that level, and I believe I'll hit it. Well, I plan on having a staff and people who can actually follow up with my subscribers and follow up with people who are interested. In other words, I want to make sure I'm following up with people and they feel like they're connected to me. Because if I lose that connection, I lose my number one commodity, you. Same thing when you're dealing with any type of service that you're dealing with, any type of product. If you don't follow up, you're losing the connection. That person in your heart on in front of them, you want them to say like, wow, this person Fitzgerald, or this person Khadijah, this person Rose, this person Preston, this person Kimmy, this person Dinaz. They thinking that they're keeping their name viable in front of me. They're letting me know they're out there. When I'm ready, who am I going to more likely give call? Who actually acts like he wants my business, the one who's act like the one who acts like he appreciate my business. Now, I want to read another thing to you guys real quick. And once again, I found this off on Google with sales follow-up statistics. Okay, let's take a look at some interesting thing. 50% of sales go to the first person to contact the prospect. 50% of sales go to the first person to contact the prospect. What is that saying? Pick up the phone. All you got to do is make contact. Hey, how you doing? This is Fitzgerald. No, I saw that you was interested in blah, 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 blah. Go, set up a meeting. You'll be amazed how many people have fear of the phone. They're afraid to pick up that phone. That phone can be intimidating. Believe me, I know. I had to overcome that for years. So talking to a stranger, no one likes to do that, but you have to pick up the phone. 50% of sales go to the first salesperson, the first who makes contact with the prospect. Number two, if you follow up with web leads, within 5 minutes, you're 9 times more likely to convert them. You get a lead and you set something up for us with your business, and you have a lead generation system, and that person clicks on you, follow up with them within 5 minutes of their clicking at you have more than 9 times likely to convert them. In other words, to sell them. Okay. Now up in here, I get paid Bitcoin and Ethereum, through my GS Partners account. We have our own blockchain. GS Partner is a global business paying us paying us. We get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum in real time by moving a G99 token over our blockchain. But I have my website. I have my website up in the upper right hand corner of this page, of my channel rather. Well, when someone clicks on there, I'm going to get an alert on my phone, and you better believe I want to contact that person because they're interested. Hey, I want to earn more money. I'm looking to earn residual income. I'm in Australia. I'm in Africa. I'm all over the world. I can do business all over the world. You better believe I want to reach out to them. I don't want them to think that like, oh wow, no one's contacting me, and then that fire goes cold. And so you got to do the same thing. When someone shows interest, you got to reach out right away. If they show interest in your company, your product, in you got to reach out you got to reach out right away. Maybe one day, not too far in the future, I'll do a video about choosing signals. Choosing signals mostly through body language. Like if some person likes you and they're giving you choosing signals, sometimes they're not really saying with their mouth, but their whole body language is saying like, hey, say something to me. Hey, ask me to sit down, ask me my name, have a conversation. But if you just if you don't understand that, you're going to miss someone who possibly like you, possibly could have been a great relationship with you, or a great or a great business contact, simply because you didn't know how to read the choosing signals. This stuff is very, very important, because nonverbal communication is just as important as verbal communication. Now, number 3. Nurtured leads make 47% larger purchase than non-nurtured lead. What does that mean? Nurtured. Hey, Rose, listen, I saw that you were really interested. You filled out our survey and reference to our product or service. What has you looking today? I learned that from a manager who taught me insurance. What has you looking today? Okay. Now, when you're nurturing that relationship, when you're cultivating that relationship, they have a tendency to spend 47% more, as opposed for you not nurturing it. Nurturing to get to know them, get to know about the kids, get to know why they want to purchase, get to know why this buy is important to them. Why are they buying right now? Cultivate it. Get to know them on a first name basis. They know you on a first name basis. And that is going to translate it into something like 47% more sales, as opposed to they don't have a nurtured lead. Okay. Number 4, 80% of sales require 5 follow-up attempts. 44% of salespeople give up at the first attempt. Wow, man. How many people in there? I could have had that guy, that girl. Man, I was afraid to ask, or only asked one time. And if he or she wanted to go out with me, they would let me know then. Really? According to this, 80% of sales, aren't you selling you to them? 80% of sales require 5 follow-up attempts, and 44 salespeople give up after 1. So people like that are losing to cats like me who understand this. I like to say about my background. I didn't consider myself a super good looking man, but both my brothers are, and I have some friends like that, just real super good looking people, especially guys. I don't consider myself like a non-attractive man. I consider myself above decent looking man. I can hold my own with cats, but my thing was the way I'm able to move, as far as with relationships and business relationship and personal relationship. I got the guts to step to you. That's where it is. I got the guts. So it ain't about hiding stuff. Like, I go to the gym, I work out. Yeah, that's a very part of my mental and physical regime. But I got the guts enough to step to you while you're sitting over there looking at someone, hoping that they'll be interested in you, or hoping that maybe they would purchase the product, or maybe they'll be interested while you're sitting over there thinking, I'm already in the conversation with them. That's the way I play the game, and I'm very, very good with people. I get that from my mother, but you better believe I developed it over the years. I just got the confidence to step to you. No, I had the confidence to step to you. And if it's not really if it's not really a benefit or really going away, I had the ability to walk away from you. No, that's like a superpower. Because most people are like, oh no, I don't know. Because I'm not really concerned about the rejection. I mean, you say no to me. Okay, well, feelings get a little twist, anything, but I'm able to move on. That's my power in the game. That's how I play. That's how I build in business. That's how I build in relationship. That's how I build in life. That's how I build in my goals. Now I cultivate it. I'm not saying I'm not going to get nervous. I'm not going to say that I get the butterflies and thing, but I know how to overcome them. Many people don't understand that step, and they're constantly losing. They don't know why. Because they're waiting for the right time. They're shy, or they're afraid. I did a video. It's called "Ask for What You Want." People don't read your mind. You better ask for what you want. And so this is a perfect example. 80% require 5 follow-up attempts. Okay, so let's just say you stopped at 4. Well, you're not getting it. And 44% of salespersons don't give up after the first attempt. Man, please. I mean, what that's saying is they're not 44% of salespeople are not following up. Okay, which is a bad thing. Number 5, Thursday is the best day to prospect. Wednesday is the second best. Tuesday is the worst. You got to know this. You got to know this. You have to know when people are more apt to listen to you. You have got to put the odds in your favor. You must work in order to have the odds in your favor. You got to be a student of the game, man. You got to study your craft. You can't expect this stuff just to come in osmosis. You can't expect to wake up and be great at anything if you don't practice, if you're not knowledgeable, if you don't know your craft. How can you set that? How can you expect anything different? Yes, I'm very comfortable with talking to people. Yes, you can drop me in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. You can drop me in Lagos, Nigeria. You can drop me in Budapest. You can drop me in Moscow, Russia. You can drop me in Beijing, China. You can drop by myself, and I'm going to make a friend because I know how to deal with people. It's not going to be people. Ain't no big deal to me. I know how to talk to people in a way that makes them want to listen to me. So I'm confident in that. But I practice that. I read books about, I've read books about body language, personality types. I've read Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People over 3 times. I bought the book over 3 times. I'm sitting up there. I'm an avid reader, so I know how to talk about a wide range of subjects. I could talk about everything from politics to stiletto heels with the ladies. Or I can talk about growth in business, macroeconomics, microeconomics, cryptocurrency, great authors, zoology, biking, fitness. Why do I do that? Because I'm trying to find commonality. Because you have to be relatable with people before you follow up. And finally, I want to leave you guys with this. Number 6, the best time to email prospects, and we know that's pretty good. We know that's a big deal now. How many of us get a whole lot of email that we don't like, but many of those don't follow up anyway, so we're not interested. We just delete them. The best time to email prospects are 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Did you guys know that? That's called studying your craft. That's called studying your craft. If you follow up right, you will be wealthy. You will be rich. If you play the game, if you have your processes and your knowledge in order, if you play the game properly, let me do a disclaimer. You can be rich. I know multimillionaires in network marketing personally. I know these guys. They prospect constantly. They talk to guys. They take more no's than practically anyone on their team. And sometimes they can sponsor like maybe 100 people or 200 or 300 people, but they'll tell me, only 25 of these made me rich. Out of something like 200 something plus people, only 25 made me rich. They follow up with all of them, but you never know who you're dealing with. You never know when that big break is going to come. So you never know. You've been turned down by 6 banks. Be willing to go to the 60th bank if that's what it takes. The young lady still giving you choosing signals and she hasn't told you to get the heck on anything like that, or the guy hadn't told you to get the heck on. No. You still got a shot. Now, if someone's not showing interest on you, get the heck on. You don't know. I don't deal with people who are not interested in me, especially females. I don't deal with that. You don't got no interest in me. I just leave you alone. That's simple. Because I don't believe in chasing. No, if a business deal is not working well for me and I see it's not a good fit, I don't believe in chasing that. I mean, I'll follow up with you, but I don't believe in doing that, because if it's for me and I apply proper action and stuff like that, eventually it's supposed to go. But if I'm evaluating to see this is a losing cause, no. Meaning that I followed up, about at least 5 times. I'm emailing, I'm doing whatever I need to do. I'm going out there and I see this losing because I cut my losses and go somewhere else because my time is too valuable. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Make it your business to get skilled at following up, not just asking for it, but you're pursuing it. I like to think follow-up is actually pursuing something. Never follow up and never have a second meeting if you don't have anything to offer within that second meeting. Don't even have it. Never have a follow-up without having additional things to offer. You got to give value. And you got to expect to win. That's the way you find ways to win. When we sit around there and talk about this channel, find ways to win, man. This isn't something just like you fall off a turnip truck. You got to think this thing out. You have to strategize. You have to work and work out the cogs, and you have to know what to say to people and when to approach people, and and what tone are you using? What words are you using? Are you being excited, animated, or you just like that sound like you just woke up and you ain't happy about anything, and you don't have no enthusiasm? Why would I want to be business with you? Why would I want to go out with you? Why would you want to go out with me? Why would I want to give you the bank loan if you can't properly articulate what your business is going to do? Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to waste my time? I won't, and I don't. And nor will anyone else out there who is a true professional. Ladies and gentlemen, get very, very skilled at following up. Now, once again, for those of you who say like, oh, Fitzgerald, I'm not a salesman. Everybody sells. All sales is a transfer of belief. Then why do you go to work? Why do you go to work? To get a paycheck? How do you think that paycheck is derived? Someone's out there selling something to bring the revenue in for that company to pay you. That's why companies are so big about customer service. That's why they're so big about you being on your game and treating their customer well. The customer is always right. They're the ones that pay for everything. I didn't used to believe that. I'm like, the customer can be crazy sometimes. No. And they can, but they're always right. Why? Because they bring the revenue. They have your money in their pocket. By them bringing the revenue in, you have a job. By them bringing the revenue in, you eventually will be able to retire. So one thing that a boss, that a supervisor, that a leader is very, very big about is customer service. Any winner, building an organization, whether it's a network marketing business, whether it's a hot dog stand, whether it's a multi-million dollar, billion-dollar organization, or it's a fruit stand that you're starting off, on the corner of the road. They are huge about customer service, making people feel good for starting by there. And if you don't understand that when you work for someone, man, it's a chance that they will roll your happy end up out of there and find someone who does. Because you have to take care of the customer. That's selling. So we all have our part to do. If you're trying to get your body in shape or get your mind in shape, sell yourself on the feeling that, hey, how good you're going to feel, how good you're going to look, and when you achieve this goal. And follow up with what you said. Go to the gym. Get you good books and go attend good seminars. Have great conversation. That's part of following up with your goal. So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you guys once again, for tuning in to Find Ways to Win. This is very, very important. I know I say that, but it's true. These are little success nuggets that God Almighty has taught me for 57 years of living on this earth. And these are things that proven and tried not only by myself, but many people, who apply these things, and several mentors who went before me to show me exactly told me exactly what I'm doing, what I'm telling you. But you have to apply it. So thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for your comments. Please give me your comments. I welcome that. I love to hear back from my viewers and everything, how I can get better and give more things that are going to help you find ways to win and help you in your life, whatever that goal is. So get about it. Get about it. It's not enough just to have a goal. You got to follow up to make it happen. And how long do you follow up? Until you achieve the goal. This is FitzgeraldStephens. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you next time. Have an awesome, awesome evening.